Hey everyone, so I finished applying to jobs. I've put out applications. I'm going on company websites and applying for them. Mainly I'm targeting the banks. I've been trying to get something in the banking sector because I guess nowhere else is hiring. So I've been applying to hospitals. There's not many jobs in the hospitals. I've been applying to insurance firms. I've been applying to education, like U of T and the colleges and that, and I'm using Indeed to apply mainly for my work. But I don't know. I just don't seem to get any callbacks. So I really hope I get something this week because this is too long. Everything turned out to be the opposite of how I thought Canada would be. I thought I would come here and be able to be prosperous and that things were healthier, the foods and everything that we have. Everything turned out the exact opposite. And if we didn't have all these welfare systems in place, nobody would be able to survive. No one. Because they put welfare systems in place to help you with your electricity. Now they're putting a welfare system in place it's going to be like a one-time payment to help people with food. That's fine. That's good. But that's not a long-term solution for me. They need to bring the prices of food down. We never used to pay 13% on the food, on our taxes. I think we used to only pay like 4%. Then they introduced another tax and it went right up. They should get rid of those taxes. And there should be more jobs. Like, I don't know how they expect us to live. Even if you have to retrain, I had to retrain when I went into the contact center. I worked in call centers in South Africa, but this was different. And even project management, I had to retrain depending on the project. So I really don't know. It's very sad. That's all I can say. Like when you sponsor your mother and you bring your mother to Canada, you expect to be able to provide for your mother and take care of her, not the other way around. And not to be always living off debt, unable to. And if you don't have your credit cards, you can't live. You can't. Because you earn so little money that if you don't have those credit cards, you can't survive. So, I don't know. It's very, very sad. It's very sad. Well, I thought, like you get all these jobs where they have people that you can travel in your own plane and they pay for everything and that. I thought that's how it would be for me because of my credentials and my experience and all that. Nothing. It's always minimum wage, 3 months here, 6 months there. And it's like, you know what? I wasted my life here, 20 years of my life. Going through the same thing. Oh, you did a good job, and then they let you go. I'm like, oh my God, I should have stayed in Zimbabwe because you know what? At least in Zimbabwe, I would never be out on the street. I would never have to go and register for a food bank or go and look into the shelter system, register for subsidized housing. I would never have had to do that, and I know it. Because even if family wouldn't have taken me in, friends would have taken me in. The Muslim community, the Hindu community. Yeah, you ask people, they tell you go to the church. The church doesn't provide housing and accommodation for people. They don't. It's been a very hurtful journey and a very sad one. And, that's why I'm saying, things are really bad in Zim. But they're getting better. They're getting the investments. They're getting the same investments that we're getting here from the UAE and China and all these other places. I don't know what deals our Prime Minister has put in with South Africa, but at least he went to the G20. So maybe there's going to be some partnerships formed there. But this to me, what has happened to me, it's very sad. That's what I think. Because if you can do so much for the community, for the church, for non-profits, and you still can't get a decent job, I mean, it's not right. And then people tell everyone, oh, but we like her. So if they like me, why aren't they opening doors for me? Why aren't they getting me jobs at BMO, at RBC, at the companies that are growing? Why aren't they transferring me to have opportunities to work in Singapore and other places? I always told them I'm open to relocating. I'm open to going and living in a different place. It's very sad. That's what I can tell you. I couldn't believe it. When the first time it happened, and I contacted people and they said to me, oh, we don't know what you're going to do, I could not believe it. I was like, wow, what did I do to you? That you can't even offer to talk to people or talk to friends that you know or people you know. You're just like, well, I don't know what you're going to do. Get on with your life. I was like, wow. That's what I get for being a good person and being a responsible individual. So that's why I'm telling you guys, like, if I get a job in Zim, I'll go. Even if I work with the farmers, like the coffee farmers, the tea farmers, I don't mind. I know the domestics, they will tell me, no, don't come back. It's not good. The government's not good. They always tell me that. But then, staying here, what is my future? Really and truly, what is my future in this country? When I came, first of all, they refused to help me to retrain. I wanted to stay at TD. They said, no, we're not paying for you. We're not giving you any special treatment. We're not making any exceptions for you. So I did it on my own. And I applied all that knowledge in my jobs in wherever I've worked. But I mean, this is supposed to be a compassionate country. This is supposed to be a country that welcomes others, that makes things available. No. It's like the systems that are in place are the systems for, like, Belarus. They're wealthy. It's complete wealthy. No, it's really, that's what I think. It's really sad. And I don't know how we got to this place. I know they're saying COVID, but other countries have came out of COVID and their economies are growing. So how come Canada's not growing? How come Canada's doing the worst out of the G7 and it's becoming like a third world country? Yeah, I just don't understand what is it that they are doing that it just doesn't seem to take off. And then there's all the corruption in the banks, the drug money and that. And then you would think like, oh, you know, the Olympians and the athletes and people that win all these gold medals and that, you would think that they would be like the best people, the role models. Oh no, they're the ones doing the drugs and selling the drugs and taking the children into drug cartels and trafficking them. I'm like, oh my God. It's like, you know, the problems are the same in the world, like the drugs in the schools that we grew up with and all of that. It's the same thing here. It's no different. They check for lice in their heads at the top schools, the posh schools, like Branksome Hall. They check for lice in their heads, just like they checked our heads for lice in Zimbabwe when we were children, when in junior school at Russell School. So, I don't know. I just don't understand why it is that everybody goes around saying, oh, we like her, and yeah, she did a good job, and all this crap, when they're not even bothering to get me into a good paid job at BMO, at RBC, at TD, in the hospitals, Regis College. I don't get it. I don't. That's why now I just stay away. I don't even go to Regis anymore. I don't. Even when they invite me, I hardly go. I went for the Pope's service that they had. I went for that. Other than that, I don't go. So I just think it's very sad. That's what I think. So anyway, I don't know what my future is going to be, but I can tell you my life was wasted here. That's what I can tell you. It's like, if you're only working 3 to 6 month contracts, how are you supposed to save? How are you supposed to do anything? And I'm not the only one that goes through it. Majority of people go through it here and in New York. New York is supposed to be one of the richest cities in the world. It's the same thing there. There's no stability. It's not like before, like you go into a company and you stay there and you build your career there. And even if you want to, HR don't let you. So to me, what they're doing is stupid. I don't know. That's why I'm saying I was better off in Zimbabwe or in one of the African countries, because at least there people know you and you'll never be turned out onto the street. You'll never be told, oh, you can go on welfare, or you can go and ask the church to take you in. You won't be told that, especially somebody like me. Somebody who's respectable and somebody who works hard and is diligent and has done right by my family and friends. You'll never be treated like that. Well, yeah, that's how they treat you. And in America. So, I don't know. It's sad. It's sad. Then I thought, okay, let me try the John Maxwell, because some people have been very successful with it. And I'm sure that's what Joe intended when she took me in. And she brought me into the John Maxwell. I wanted to do what Elvis did. I wanted to have my own private planes and a nice home with a big yard and all that. Everything turned out the opposite. I'm like, this is not this is not for me. I don't want this lifestyle. And then on top of that, people are telling me rent a room in a house after I've worked so hard to come up and to get something of my own. Oh no. And they've got their own properties and they've got their own houses and everything. Oh no, it's not right. I've done right by the country. I've done right by family. I've done right by friends. I also want things to work out for my life and for my mom. It's not fair. And I don't even talk to her anymore, because if I call there, she just starts crying. So, because she's sad for me. Because she knows that I'm a good person and she knows that I've done good in the community. So, it's sad. That's all I can say. It's sad. But anyway, I just hope something opens up for me. I applied in Vancouver also and Calgary. I applied there. So, we'll see. They don't like this John Maxwell here in Toronto. I know there's been some events held in Mississauga and that, which have been successful. But I've tried. I've tried to set up my events through HRPA. I've contacted businesses. I've contacted so many people. Nothing. The only reason that they can't do it is because it's licensed. They all copy me. Whether it's my hair or my dress or whatever, they all copy me. They can't do the John Maxwell because it's licensed. Otherwise, they would do that. So I'm just as good as them. I'm just as good as any of these HR professionals, if not better. But anyway, we'll see. It's very sad. I'm telling you, it's very unfortunate. Because even when WITS tries to get doors to open for the people that are here, people don't help. There's nothing. So we'll end up working in call centers and taking cleaning jobs and taking all the bottom of the barrel jobs, and you never come up in life. So it's very sad. That's what I say. I apply to lots of jobs in New York as well. Project management jobs and admin jobs. Anything where I can apply my skills. But nothing. Even retail. I mean, if you can't even get a job in retail, oh, I don't know. It's very, very strange. That's all I can say. It's very strange. And even so many MPs know me, politicians, heads of state. You would think that one of them would open a door for me and help me to get into a decent paying job. We don't like handouts. But because things are so bad for me and my mom, I asked through the church. Nothing. Not one penny. So, I don't know. All I can tell you is that it's very sad. It's sad because by this stage of your life, Okay, it didn't work out for me to have a family. It didn't work out for me to travel. It didn't work out for me to get a good paid job. So what is there? What is there to look forward to? It's very, very bleak. That's what I say. It's very bleak. And I don't get it. I don't get why I'm not getting anything. I don't get it. After 2 years, this is not the first time. This is it's been going on since 2007. And how am I supposed to live? And how am I supposed to survive? Even if I was in England, I would have had Maggie, or I would have had Sharon and John and Auntie Olga. Oh, what am I supposed to do here? No, I don't get it. I really don't. I don't understand this country, and I don't understand how it works, and why it is that it's always me that they let go. Instead of finding me that top paid job first and placing me first, and my mother agrees, they go for the other people. And people who are not even as nice as me, or as diligent, or as reliable. I don't get it. I don't. That's why if I get something in Zimbabwe, I'll go. Because at least there I won't be turned out onto the street. And I won't be turned out onto welfare. And people won't say to me, oh, I don't know what you're going to do. That's how they treat me here. That's how they treat me. So, I don't know. It's very strange, if you ask me. It's very, very strange. Anyway, I just try to put my faith in God, and I keep at the applications, and I hope for the best. So, because it's not like I only applied in Toronto, I didn't. The cities are where they're hiring. They're not hiring out in like the suburbs and that, so I have to try to stay central. But yeah, to me it's very weird. That's what I can say. Anyway, I'm gonna go to sleep now. I listened to the tennis from the Australian Open. And yeah, to be completely dependent on the state, it's like a communist country. It's become like a communist country. It's very sad. You can't even save a penny. What can you save when you're not working, or you get jobs and they're minimum wage, and you're an HR professional and a project management professional, and you still can't get anything? They shouldn't keep going around telling people that they like me and they love me when they're not doing a damn thing to help me to get into a good paid job. Nothing. Not doing a damn thing. But other people can get transfers from Nigeria to come to US and have doors open for them. Oh no, that Bono must stay far away from me. I've seen his true colors now. All of them, they must stay far away from me. I did a good job for them, and that's it. We have nothing in common. It's not the way it used to be. That's what I say. They're not fooling anyone. No one.